I really like something about my job. See, we use Confluence now, which is great. That means I'm not the lone tech writer, and I don't miss it in some ways, right? The system's built for sharing and collaboration, and it has that whole live editing thing. So that's great. Because if you've ever been a lone editor or a writer, you know there's that feeling of, not getting enough credit, begging people for feedback, or just like, frankly, just being alone so much of the time. And I don't miss that. Except sometimes I really miss that. Like sometimes I just really miss having a lone editor on my lone laptop where I sit alone on a lone beanbag in a dark room somewhere and nobody can see what I'm working on. But that doesn't happen very often because tools now are just like built so that my team can come in at any point and see what I'm working on. Like it's not as if, my work is even done. They can chime in anytime. It's like Michelangelo's working in the Sistine Chapel and the Pope walks in one day. He's like, Michael, that angel looks like a baby. Did you mean? You did mean. Okay, all right. I'll let you get back to it. It's sometimes just so scary and maddening to have this potential for somebody to give me feedback anytime. And it just makes me wonder, should I open myself up in my creative process to this potential criticism? Or is it valuable to me or not? And it really reminds me of my favorite painting of all time. It's called The Pains of Composition, or also The Pains of Creation by Leonid Pasternak. And just take it in. Like, look at how much ink he's used. Look at how many papers, notes and past drafts he's written, how many books he's pulling in the knowledge here. Look at how many cigarettes he smoked. Look at how dark the room is. How long has he been working? How bad is the headache? What is he stuck on? What sentence is he trying to recreate? I just think it's a beautiful artistic way of expressing what so many documentarians feel. And with this whole collaborative world, there's additional things added to it. And I just wonder sometimes, what is he thinking? He was in modern day. What is he thinking? Like, does he miss being the lone documentarian? Does he miss the ability to embrace his own introversion and just sort of hide away in his creation and spend that time by himself? Or does he lean into the challenge of working with individuals who have different personality types and different creative flows? Does he believe that makes him a better person? Does it help address his personal biases, or draw out new ways of communicating things? Does it help him think of things in a new way? But what about the fact that everybody has an opinion now? Does he love that? Does he hate that? Does he distrust teammates? Because in the past, feedback has always been a negative thing, maybe even a hurtful thing. Or does he need to be more open and honest? Does he need to sort of put his neck out there to build a foundation of trust among his team? Something that maybe, it just needed somebody to do it, right? Does he need to introduce the concept of, constructive feedback versus negative feedback? Maybe that's the role he needs to play in this new collaborative world, building pathways for others to speak into him because it makes him a better person and his life more true to the lives of all users. But does he ever question his value? Does he ever think, documentation, nobody cares about it. Why have I been waiting for this feedback for so long? Do my colleagues not care? Do they not care about users? Or does he need to help build a shared passion? Just because they have a shared tool that everybody can write in, does he need to help everyone be passionate about it and give them accolades and praise them for their work and their writing and thank them for sharing? Maybe they never experienced that. But what about the fact that they can watch him work? Like, they can watch every letter that falls onto the page. That's scary, especially when you consider how writing ebbs and flows. Would it be scary for teammates to find out that it takes him several hours to write a certain paragraph and even then he doesn't have his thoughts together? Or does he take that as an opportunity to do pair writing and open up that intimate and intricate act of putting thoughts down on paper and sharing it with someone else? It's like how we teach people to drive cars by driving cars with them. It's scary and terrifying, but the end result can be great. It's not Big Brother watching, it's teammates walking hand in hand. So yes, I do think collaboration can bring more pains to the creative process, but I've seen time and time again that it also brings power, and it allows people to be better and create something better. So Go teams, go collaboration.